Hi traders, so I just thought I'd do a video again following on from the previous post I put in the Discord on the trade that I took earlier on. I thought I'd be able to talk it through easier now. I know I've written a massive description in there, but I know some people prefer videos, can sort of visualize it better. So we're about to break lower, by the way. We're going to break down here, just so you know. I'm pretty sure of that. That's why I'm holding this remaining position. Right, anyway, so we opened at Frankfurt, obviously, and we've been building value here, just above the POC. The POC being on the custom morning chart, just a few pips below. So that you could argue possibly could be a point of interest, but for me, it wasn't, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Point of interest above the value being built was obviously this low on this profile here, which I've drawn out, which coincides with this area here, which when they're blue like this, I've coded it so that it is 90% of the volume profile's POC. So this is as good as being a point of control on the volume profile. There's a lot of volume taking place in this area. You see in blue. And again, here, there's a lot of volume taking place today on this profile in this area, just so you know. So that was going to be an area of interest for me, potentially. And it also aligned with this area. There's our break below. What we're getting now, as you can see. Sorry, I'm having to watch what I'm doing now at the same time because I might want to take some profits in a minute. Right, so this point of control, sorry, hold on. I'm about to take profits and then I'll talk to you properly. Just bear with me a minute. 72 to 37, 72, 82, 92, 02, 30 pips. So that's 60, nearly 70 pips, 65 pips or something. Do you know what? We're into this imbalance area here. Are we going to scream through it or not? Just going to take profits, you know. Right, I'm out of a trade now. Boom. Right, so let me talk properly. So cancel all this and start again. Still expecting us to trade lower, you know, but anyway. So this point of control here, as I was saying, to me, I wouldn't have looked for an opportunity to get long if we had broken out below this consolidation first, because it's only a handful of pips below the consolidation box. So I can't see why they would go and make all this value just to then break down a couple of pips to reverse. People's stop losses that are going long from here would be way below that. That's what I'd have thought. So liquidity would have been lower. So if we'd broken below this value box, I wouldn't have looked from a long position from this POC here. I probably would have looked for a long position maybe from this grey area here. However, we didn't do that. We broke above the consolidation box. This was my point of interest, which coincided with this area here. However, sorry, I'm watching the news at the same time because obviously it's all kicking off in Parliament. So yeah, that was my zone of interest above. However, I had also noticed that we've got this blue line, my initial balance high, which is a few pips below that zone of interest. So this is the Asia high, initial balance high. So this was obviously also going to be a point of interest for me. I would like to have seen a fake out So a break above on this candle would have been nice with high volume into the zone of interest and then reject. That's what I was anticipating to happen. However, we stopped right below the pip below the initial balance high, and then this candle didn't do a lot. And I thought, we're hesitating here. There's no increase in volume. There's sellers stepping in. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to go lower lot size. So I've got smaller lot size. I'll get filled early. So aggressive entries, but with the view that we might actually trade higher into the zone of interest and then possibly reject. So with that in mind, lower lot size, bigger stop loss above the zone of interest. So that's what I was thinking. That's what I did. And as you can see, we then rejected just before that zone of interest, auctioned down, broke through this POC, which was where I took one position off somewhere around about here, which was when I saw this break just below POC. And then we built some more value here, having auctioned down, come back up and filled this single print area here. Can you see that? So you could have, which would have been here, where we got this rejection tail from, where sellers got responsive again, started stepping in at this single print area, which if I look on the footprint, I bet there was high sell side delta. Yep, there it is. Oh. So yeah, it came down, fake out of the initial balance low, buyers and high volume, come back up into the single print area. So people would have been buying from here, but we know not to buy straight away because it's a single print and that can act as support or resistance, I should say, with sellers stepping back in. And that's what happened. Look, we then rejected from there. It's got the pin tail. And then look, aggressive selling coming back in. Then we start auctioning lower again and look into my imbalance, which again is where we found a bit of support again at this imbalance, which is where I took my profits. So that's what happened there. So we could have got a short in after seeing that off of this tail here, although you would have come back and probably either took out a break even or you would have got another entry in there, depending how aggressive you are. So yeah, when we come back down into this imbalance, as I was saying, filled the imbalance, and now I'm still thinking we might break lower to test this high of this profile. But anyway, I'm out of the trade. So that was my logic for taking the trade anyway. Hopefully that helps. And I'm now going to not take any more trades and watch what's going on in Parliament. I'm expecting the pound could get a bit volatile, although we've broken out initial balance low on this set here. So we could look for further continuation to the downside, possibility to even fill these singles. But this would have been my first normal point of support, this area here, which was the high, as I mentioned. But as it happens, I went and took my profits out on this imbalance on the footprint. All right, I'm waffling now. So that's me signing off. Over and out.